So today I was driving and like I looked to my right and I'm like, okay, that guy's kind of cute. And then he looks at me and then I look at him and then I look away and then he looks away and then I look back and he's looking. So I was like, okay, like there's something going on here. So I rolled down my window and he rolls down his window and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm just like, are you single? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, you should take my number down. And then he just stares at me and I just stare at him. And then I'm like, if you want to.
All right, guys, gotta talk about this story in regards to this model woman shooting her shot out in public. She decided to approach a man, and let's just say it didn't go so well, okay? He ended up rejecting her. Take a look.
So I've totally been shooting my shot and failing. So today I was driving and like I looked to my right and I'm like, okay, that guy's kind of cute. And then he looks at me and then I look at him. And then I look away and then he looks away. And then I look back and he's looking. So I was like, okay, like there's something going on here. So I roll down my window and he rolls down his window and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm just like, are you single? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, you should take my number down. And then he just stares at me and I just stare at him. And then I'm like, if you want to. And he's like, well, yeah, maybe another time. I was like, yeah, next time I see you at this light for sure. And he's like, bet. And then we just drive off. I'm just like, that was so awkward. I hate shooting my shot. I'm never doing it again. Like ever. Like never.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not surprised when it comes to these model women, more model women shooting their shot when it comes to the single data market. I mean, I've made countless videos in the past couple of weeks here where more and more men are valuing their peace and they're checking out when it comes to the single data market. So I'm not surprised that you have more women here that are now shooting their shot. What's interesting is that, you know, hey, these model women shoot their shot one time and they expect it to go in. Just because he's single doesn't necessarily mean that he needs to say yes and take your number down, right? I think especially in 2025, you have more men standing on business. Okay, they have standards, boundaries, expectations. And more men are refusing to compromise on those very things, right? Just because he was single doesn't mean he needs to say yes, but at least he respectfully said no, right? He didn't curse you out. He didn't call you out your name. He didn't try to make a scene out of the situation and call you a creep, this, that, and the third. A lot of the things that we see when it comes to model women and how they reject men, they try to create a scene, not to mention create a TikTok video. Okay, the same video that we're watching here. Yeah, he didn't do any of that. He didn't do any of that. Okay, in fact, he was very respectful in regards to him rejecting you. Now, I do want to play another clip from this content creator. It seems like her page more or less is about dating struggles. Okay, how she's not receiving the outcome when it comes to the single data market. Yeah, this next clip, she does talk about another encounter here. Take a look.
So for those of you that were watching my last video, it wasn't a black man, but again, I got curved, so I don't know what he was. He could have been mixed. He definitely wasn't just like straight white. I don't know, could have been Hispanic. I'm not really sure, to be honest. We're at a damn stoplight, okay? Cut me some slack. But anyways, story about the black man, okay? So I was supposed to go on a date with the black guy recently. Super my type, really attractive, good conversation, Pisces like me. So that was amazing. Okay, so we were supposed to meet at 4, but, you know, I was running a little late. I was going to be like fashionably late, like 10 minutes. But then he sends me a text and he's like, okay, I'll be there at 4:20. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. So I tell him when I'm on my way, and then I get there at 4:21. And so he texts me at like, I think it was like maybe 4:10, saying that he was just now on his way. So I was like, okay, cool. He's going to be a little bit later than 4:20, whatever. So I'm waiting and waiting. And then he says that he's almost here at like 4:39. So I'm like, okay, probably like 5 more minutes, right? Okay, cool. I'll wait. And mind you, we're going to get sushi. And I don't know what it is, but I have to tell you all my sushi stories. Like anything that involves sushi is clear. Like it's going to weed him out. Like, I don't know what it is, but I really want some sushi, and that's so sad. Like, for the life of me, I can't get sushi, and I've been trying to get sushi. Like, I don't know. Anyways, whole different story for another day. But so I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and finally at like let's see, 4:50. I'm like, are you okay? Because mind you, he had said that he was pulling up. So I figured like 5 minutes. How are you still pulling up like 20 minutes later? Like, that's crazy. So I said, are you okay? And he didn't answer within like 5 minutes, which to me was like enough time. So I left. I was like, this is a long time. Like, we were supposed to originally meet at 4. So I was like, all right, whatever. I feel like I'm gonna leave because it's not making sense. So I left, and then he tells me that he's pulling up now, and that was at like 5:10, but I'd already left by this time, so I didn't respond. So then he finally says he's here at like 5:30, and then he starts calling me, and so I just texted him. I was like, hey, I left. And he keeps calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me. I ended up just blocking him because I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like that's hella disrespectful, and I feel like I'm super sweet. I'll be patient, I can be understanding, but like, communicate with me. Like, he ended up leaving me a voicemail saying that something happened with work or whatever, which I can respect that. Like, things happen, but like, don't tell me you're here or you're pulling up. You're not even here. Like, that's black people shit. Like, we be saying we're outside and we still in the bed. So it's just like, I get it, but like, first date, first time meeting you, like, I feel like that's setting the tone for how the relationship would be, you know? Or what do you think? Like, what I do wrong now? Tell me what I did, please.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, I'm not going to refute too much of what she's saying here towards the ending. I mean, she was late. He was late, right? They were both late. So you can make the argument and say, well, you know, things do happen. I was running late too. He was running late. It is what it is. But ultimately, she left. You know, hey, I can understand her leaving. You know, she waited long enough, and you know, maybe she thought that he was just not gonna show up. It's possible. It definitely is possible. I just find it interesting when you have women that are actually in relationships. They have a man that is protecting and providing. They have a family. You know, he provides 90% of what is on a woman's checklist. That last 10%, you have some women out here that will throw away a whole man, a whole good man that's providing 90% of what's on their list for the 10% of what they're not receiving, and try to go back out here in the single dating market thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. I mean, hey, dating is a contact sport. It really is. You're actually gonna have to put yourself out there, put your best foot forward in order to get the result that you think you deserve. Right? It's not just men that have to approach and, you know, go up to women, because there's less and less of men doing that. But you're going to have women that are going to have to do that moving forward. Okay. We all know the numbers. By 2030, 45 to 50% of these model women are going to be single and childless. So they're going to have to put themselves out there. It's just a reality of the situation. When you see these TikTokers and, you know, sprinkle content creators telling women to be chronically single, dotting and bopping, hookah and crab legs, trying to paint an image that the grass is greener on the other side. That's not reality. That is not reality whatsoever. And that's why you see more and more model women more confused than ever before, trying to throw a whole bunch of random things at the wall before they hit the wall, hoping something sticks.